biggest killer of kids in Samachique, or the Tarahumara Indian Nation, is the lack of clean water. The contaminated water that these use for these babies, they die by the time they're age of 5, 50% of them are dead. Most babies don't make it, so they don't even name them for the first year because they don't know whether they're going to live or die. That's how serious the lack of clean water is in Samachique. About 2 years ago, Life Church was down in Mexico and come back after doing the missionary work down there. And they were telling me that they had problems with a water well down there, that they needed to have help on it, and asked me if I could do it. And I said, well, sure. You know, I've been in the oil industry, drilling oil wells of one nature or another, gas wells, geothermal wells, for nearly 40 years. So I said, yeah, I could go down to it, but I told them it'd have to be on my weekdays off. And God had a different design for that. He made it so that I could do it on a permanent basis. The real cost of one of these wells is in the neighborhood of $20,000 to $25,000. Mike Berkeley is the one that has the drill rig. He started out with what I call a little post hole digger. It's a Hard Rock 100 for people that know what that is. If they don't, it's a little bitty rig. And been drilling those wells, and one of the first things I seen this thing, I said, man, we need a bigger rig. And the Canadians had built a rig in Canada and brought it down and tried to drill a water well at San Luis Mahamachi and failed to finish it. And Mike got a hold of them, and we went to visit with them. They agreed for us to finish the well for them and see how things went. So we did that, and they gave us a contract to use their rig as long as we develop it at no cost to us, and we got us a bigger rig. So we now, instead of taking a year and a half to drill 400 feet, we're now drilling 400 feet in about 5-6 days. So it's a big change. The Mexican government is requiring that the Tarahumara Indians send their children to school. These little schools that are around the country, they walk for hours to go in there, but once they get to school, there's no place for them to stay, there's no place for them to eat, there's no place for them to get water. So there's several communities just around Samachique area that have these schools, but they don't have what we have at the Napuchis and Basaguchi and places like this. And with funding, we could expand into those areas, get clean water to those poor kids, give them a place to sleep, place to learn, place to help them, feed them during the week, and give them a little better life too. I know that there's several of those communities that's asking that we come in and do the same thing, but we just need funding to keep that going. It's a great opportunity for people to be a part of saving many lives of young people down there. The young people are going to be the ones that change the Tarahumara Indian reservation. The older people have been doing the same thing for years and years and years. I know that there's a lot of these kids that come into the hospital there in Samachique that just terrible with dysentery, to the point that they dehydrate so bad that many of them have died.